We're lucky to have two very dynamic and Christ-filled speakers with us today. Today's presentation is called Dating, Relationships, and Choices, and it is obviously by Jeff and Karen Saturday. Most of us know Jeff from his success, great success, with our Indianapolis Colts. But Jeff and Karen are more than just a football family and are here to share a little bit about their story and their message about how they have tried to live like Christ. Jeff and Karen are both from Atlanta, Georgia area and married in 1999 after 7 years of dating. They have 3 children, Jeffrey, Savannah, and Joshua, which I'm sure they'll mention a little bit today. They're highly involved with organizations such as the Susan G. Komen Race to the Cure, People's Burn Foundation, and Kids Voice of Indianapolis. They're also very active with their church called Every Nation in Carmel, where they lead Bible studies and faith-sharing groups. They're active in faith and deed, and they are a great witness to us. So please help me welcome Jeff and Karen Saturday.
Georgia, so you might need a translator for my southern accent. That's right. Anybody here from Georgia can help translate?
Yeah, somebody from Georgia.
They need a translator. You can help me.
If you're from Georgia, stand up so I can give you applause. Stand up. Stand up.
Good meeting here.
How you guys doing today? I got introduced to the school about 10 minutes ago with an interview, and there we go. Yeah, so I got interviewed on, what is it, Crusaders? Is that what it's called? So I'll be on that show. So y'all check me out. It's very important. It's hot, so check it out. Hey, we're excited to be here. We're going to keep this thing very informal. Karen and I are going to talk to you for a few minutes about 3 different things: about purpose, about choices, and about consequences, right? And in between each of those sections, we're going to open it up. Zach has some questions that the students submitted to us, I think from a number of different schools, not just this school, not just from Scecina, but we'll answer a few of those questions. And at the end of the program, we're going to open it up to you guys to ask us some questions. I'm sure, as in every school, the seniors are probably going to be the lion's share of being able to ask questions, but we'll try to get a sampling from each and every group. But really understand our heart for why we're here. We have all, Karen and I have sat in the seats that you guys sit in, and we understand what decisions you guys are making today and in the future for the 7th and 8th graders, or 8th graders who are here. And we understand how tough a time of life this is to make good decisions and good choices. And we have 3 young children who are 10, 8, and 4, and we've already been talking to our kids. You know, we started talking to our kids when they were 7 about sex, about dating, about the way a man should treat a woman, and about a number of other different things. And we believe it's very important. So hopefully nobody will get embarrassed. Understand we're speaking from our own experience, but things that we know from other people as well. And so just grab anything you can from this message. If you could take away any point, just grab it, hold on to it, pray it against the Word of God, and hopefully it'll produce fruit in your life. So that's just kind of an overview of why we are here. I'm going to start the thing out talking about purpose. And if you guys don't know, obviously I do play for the Indianapolis Colts, which is a fantastic job, and I enjoy doing it. The other thing I do in my quote off time is I speak, and I go around to a number of different places, mostly businesses and different type of corporate functions. I get an opportunity to speak to a number of different people. And I will say that the first topic of purpose is probably the most important across the line. And I have put together some thoughts about why it is so important. And the great part about being able to speak to Christian schools is because I can truly give you what a true purpose is. And you can't always do that with laws and schools and all kinds of things. So I'll start it out by sharing with you guys. The most important purpose is obviously our relationship with Christ. And without it, without that small definition, which seems so easy and just to roll off the tongue so simply, it truly is the message that drives my life. And every time I speak, every time I'm at an event or involved in an event or a part of anything, that's really what I go back to and what I home back to. And what I try to tell people is until you've truly defined what your purpose is, you really don't have any direction. You don't really know where you're headed because you don't know where you're going. And I'll give you a great example. So, how many football fans do we have out here? Oh, we got tons. One big football fan. So tell me, what is the single most important position on the football field? Not everybody here can play center. So if we have anybody else, what's the most important position? Okay. All right. So here's the reality of the whole situation, right? I tell them all the time. Most of the time when we go to any kind of adult function, they always scream out quarterback. Right? Everybody wants to be Peyton Manning. Everybody wants to be Drew Brees, Tom Brady, all the great quarterbacks. But I tell them all the time, that's not the most important position on the field. And if you've ever played any team sport, you've ever been involved with or been involved in a different organization, you realize everybody's purpose is the most important because it's their role, it's their job. So for me, obviously, center is by far the most important position. Right? I know what I got to do. I know what my job is. I know when I show up Monday through Sunday what my responsibility and role are. It has to be the most important. If I get focused in what Peyton Manning does for a living, I'm not going to be a very good center. But it was something that was God-given. In other words, my body, the way I'm shaped, the way I'm designed, I don't really look like a quarterback. I mean, if you have a quarterback here that would stand up, I can tell you we probably don't look anything alike. Unless you're on the option. Stand up? Okay, yeah, so we don't really look alike. Right? Which is cool. I mean, it's good. Thank you for standing up. I appreciate it. Which is great. If Peyton Manning was here with me today, we don't look anything alike. He's really tall and skinny, ugly. So there's between he and I. I'm a handsome, stout,
297.
little 297. But you can tell I am purposed by God to do what I do, right? It's something that I was good at. It was something that was comfortable for me. But I fit what I do. God created me for that exact thing. Now, if I were to try to play quarterback, I probably wouldn't be a very good. You guys probably wouldn't sell out Lucas Oil Stadium, I can assure you, because I can barely see over the line. You know, I can't throw it very well. I can't do those things. So our team probably wouldn't be very good. But I can assure you, if Peyton Manning played center, it would be awful. Okay? Because he couldn't stop a soul from getting in behind him. He would get knocked down a whole bunch. But do you guys get and grasp that we're all purposed for something? Everybody in this room, God has purposed you for something specific. You're either creative, you may be a great singer, you may be a great artist, you may be super talented in business, in numbers, in science, you name it. But you are purposed and given a clear direction by God. And I think